Hi, Peter, Healing at the Speed of Thought. I've gone over a few things where I've told you about all the classes I either quit or was thrown out of in school, and I forgot one. And this happens to be my first day of college, my first class in my first day of college. I didn't go to college. Right after high school, I actually volunteered for the military and went to Vietnam. When I came back, I had about 20-something days before college started. So keep in mind, 11 months, 18 days in a combat zone. Just remember that. Anyway, my first day of my first class in college was fencing. I was a phys ed major, which is possibly the easiest subject. And fencing just seemed to be something that you had to take. So I took it. So the teacher's name was Ruth Skinner, and she wore small heels as a teacher for fencing, and I just thought that was strange, but it got worse. So we started out, she had to learn the stance where your back foot is perpendicular, your forward foot is pointing at the other person, and we went through this step forward, step forward, step forward, step back, step back, step back, and we did the whole thing, and you did lunge and all this stuff, and you just did it by hand. So we got to the point where they gave us foils. That's like the sword. Foils with just one little point, but it has a heavy handle. So we got that, and then we went through the same thing: forward, 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 lunge, lunge, lunge with the foil. And then she says, "Well, everybody partner up." So I looked, and everybody's partnering up, and I turned to right over here, and there's this guy that's 6'2". Turns out he was the best natural athlete I've ever met in my whole life. But this guy was like ripped. This guy was big. He was just not okay. This is not going to be great. So we get together, and she's doing the on guard, the salute. And she said, okay, now lunge. So this guy lunges at me with a sword. Not even 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks, at a Nam. The sword comes to me. I parry it with my bare hand. I grab his, spin it, or take it out of his hand, spin it around, and start beating him with the handle, which is heavy. So this big dude is in the corner, and I'm beating him, and he's just screaming, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm just beating him. A few people came and pulled me off, and Ruth Skinner said, "You're out." I failed the course within the first 10 minutes of the first class. Nobody knew I was a Vietnam veteran at the time, so I just took the loss. Anyway, I believe that's the last story about me being thrown out of classes.